Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. We begin your Monday morning with some happy news from overseas involving one of the most famous couples on the planet. The third in line to the British throne is about to become a big brother. Prince William and his wife Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, have announced this morning they are expecting their second child. Will and Kate's office at Clarence House says the couple and their families are delighted with the news. The Duchess is also being treated for severe morning sickness at Kensington Palace. The same happened with her first pregnancy. Prince George was born in July 2013 after one of the most highly anticipated pregnancies the world has ever seen. An extended summer continues this week for 500,000 BC students who are still not in class due to the ongoing teachers' dispute. Talks between the teachers and the government crumbled once again after the province rejected a proposal for binding arbitration. There's also some new insight into what the government will be arguing in its October appeal of the teachers' ruling handed down by BC Supreme Court earlier this year. Province's written argument says the court ruling on class size and composition should be dismissed because it robs the government of its ability to determine public matters like education policy. The uncertainty of the labor dispute has caused lots of stress for many students and parents. Greg Harper joins us live from Richmond as the experts offer up their advice. Greg.
That's right. Good morning, Jody. I'm just outside Steveston London Secondary here in Richmond this morning. There's a grade 11 student here and a grade 12 student here who we met last week, and they launched an online petition called Student Voice BC. The goal of it is to put pressure on both the government and the teachers union to resolve this labor dispute. So far, they have over 400 signatures from students, and they are concerned. They are anxious right now, like many students are. This has been tough on elementary school students, but also teenagers, especially those entering or those going into their final year of high school. One expert says it's important right now to keep kids occupied both mentally and physically and to acknowledge the adversity they are going through.
You can let them know you're concerned about things and you don't want to blow over their worries, but you want to teach them how to stay with their disappointment and stay with their anxiety, that it's okay to be nervous about these things and we'll work them out together as a family.
Once again, teachers will be on the picket line here this morning, and once again, no talks are scheduled between the two sides. Jody?
All right, thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning about the kids. Now, as the BC teachers' strike drags on into the second week of what was supposed to be the new school year, retailers in this province admit back-to-school sales have been weaker than usual. Analysts say many parents hesitated to spend all that cash over the summer. Some even continue to hold back with the uncertainty that lies ahead.
I think there's unquestionably people who are not buying school supplies, but it's limited to a few retailers, a small, very small segment of the industry.
Other news now, one person is dead and River Road had to be shut down for a number of hours in Richmond after a car flipped into the Fraser River last night. Mounties say 2 people were pulled from the car by a cyclist. Paramedics performed CPR before the pair was rushed to hospital. It is not yet known what led to the crash, but a collision analyst team is working on the investigation. A 50-year-old man is dead after an accident on Vancouver's Granville Street Bridge. The man was on a motorcycle heading south using the off-ramp to West 4th Avenue. It appears he lost control of the bike, hit the guardrail, and was sent flying to the street below. The man was pronounced dead on scene. It's just the latest fatal accident in BC. Late last week, 11 people died in crashes around the province over a 24-hour period. A 19-year-old is recovering in hospital after he was shot in Surrey late last night. RCMP were called to 134th Street and 90th Avenue at around 10:30. And Mounties think the attack was targeted. The victim is not cooperating with police. Officers are now looking for witnesses. Jury selection begins today in Montreal in the trial for accused killer Luca Magnotta. 32-year-old faces 5 charges, including first-degree murder in the killing and dismembering of a Chinese student that made international headlines in May of 2012. The part-time adult film actor is also accused of mailing body parts to 2 Vancouver schools. Magnotta was arrested in Berlin several days after the killing. Big changes could be coming to the way you watch television in this country. The CRTC opens hearings today on how broadcasters deal with Netflix and other online streaming services that are growing in popularity. Also on the table, a proposal to allow cable and satellite customers to pick and pay for only the channels they want over and above that is a basic package of channels.